Okay, I'm going to start this meeting of the Jericho Select Board at, well, let's say 6:30 on August 1st, 2024. And as per tradition now, at the beginning of each meeting, I will read the efforts that we are doing in terms of public comment. In an effort to make meetings more effective and efficient, the Select Board has made a change to the public comment portion of the meeting. Citizens or others wishing to address the Select Board during meeting may do so during the public comment portion of the meeting. This is the area where you do it for things that are not on the agenda. At the end of the public meeting is when you would do it for things that were in the public meeting. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. All speakers will be heard before people are given a second opportunity to speak. Once the public comment portion of the meeting is over, the public will be able to speak. If the chair determines their input is needed during another portion of the meeting. For participants on Zoom, if you have a question, please raise your hand. Please only use the Zoom chat for technical issues such as room audio, or you can't raise your hands or things of that nature. Please don't comment or question in the chat as it's distracting for all. The intent of this new policy is not to stifle community input, but rather to allow the Select Board to be more effective and efficient in our work. People are welcome to email the members of the Select Board at any time with feedback or questions. Our email addresses are on the town's website and on the notice on the sign-in table. Thank you. And as we see people here, I assume there are public to be heard. Chuck, and then please give your name to the
Chuck Lacey, Jericho Center, 25 miles an hour. Thank you so much for the sign repair. Long time coming, has made a difference. I'm here about the road policy and something else if I have time. I looked up the HOA for Black Walnut, and in there is they ban rental property. There are lots that are restricted to single-family homes, although they do permit. It did make an amendment to permit EDUs. There are lots that are restricted to duplexes. This is a zone in which there is a conditional use allowance for triplexes and fourplexes. I think that the ban on rental property is unconscionable. And this is a community, like many others in Jericho, that have basically exempted themselves from the preferences of the town with respect to zoning. It's a private community. They've used private agreements to exempt themselves from town aspirations, town plan, town zoning regulations. And we should not be then subsidizing those exclusionary efforts by taking over their roads. We've had a discussion which I saw as being positive about, making sure they allow ADUs and this and that. And I just feel like you could kind of get into the details. So basically the spirit of the thing is that a private community that exempts itself from town zoning, you should not take over the road. I think it's really that simple. I would not get into the details. We're still approving these communities. We have a PUD system that is designed to be exclusionary, and we're still producing these communities. There was one approved just at the end of last year, where minimum house size was 2,000 square feet. Rentals were banned, duplexes were banned, ADUs were banned, chickens were banned. These are the types of communities that are going to be coming and looking for the town to take over the roads. I think you should decide right up front, we're not playing that game. We are not going to take over the roads for private communities that are not participating in Jericho community as a whole.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
Yeah, we understand that.
Do I have a minute left, or?
Yeah.
My hope is that you are very close to, or I think it's long overdue, to establish a priority for infrastructure and water and wastewater. I think it's really obvious, that it's wastewater and Riverside. It's time to get to work on things like governance. What is the governance? Who's going to own it? You need to have conversations with Underhill. You need to have conversations with Underhill Water, the Underhill and Jericho Water District, and see what their appetite is for participating. You're neglecting conversations with, as far as I can tell, with potential developers and housing. It's really, we can always say, well, we've got some study going on. It's the fourth study for the last 50 years. We're good at doing studies, but I think it's time to say this is something we're going to do. It's not a study, it's a plan. And let's get going and show some leadership here. You've got a whole host of town committees and volunteers and everything are just waiting for you to act. I think you've got the information you need to act. It's unconscionable that Burlington can design, demolish, finance, and build a high school faster than we can come up with the engineering plans to build a simple wastewater district for a couple $100.
What's the last thing you said? Waste, very in your sentence, was it wastewater for?
A couple $100 homes, whatever the heck it is, whatever the heck we're doing in Riverside.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean.
And with that, I'll make a motion to go into.
Is there anybody on
Oh, yeah,
Zoom that's going to speak?
SJ, we haven't seen her.
SJ, do you need it? Do you want to speak about anything?
Want to say hi or?
I just wanted to say hi. I miss y'all. It's been a while and I actually had a 6:30 open, so I thought I'd pop in and see what was going on.
That was our meeting. The rest is the executive session.
Oh, well, that's good because I've got kids that need to go to bed.
But it's nice to hear from you.
Same.
Have a good weekend that's coming up. Yeah. It's amazing.
You all too. Stay cool.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All righty.
Now I'll make a motion to go into executive session because premature disclosure of information will be detrimental to the parties involved for reasons of personnel and legal. And to the executive session, I'd like to invite Chris Flynn, Linda Blash, and Paul Carrier.
You want to second that?
Oh, sorry, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.